This is how we took over 100,000 people from $100 in their sports betting bankroll to over $100,000 using the PlayerProps.ai app and strict bankroll management. Now, if you don't believe me, let's just take a look back to one of the many steps along the way to this great financial success story. Check it out. Hey guys, it's me, Travis, with PlayerProps.ai. This is what we're locking in today on Wednesday, August 28th. So tomorrow I'm pretty excited. We have the first UCF football game of the season. It's a home game. It should be a pretty fun game versus New Hampshire. So I think the spread's like 41.5. So it'll be a good game for people who like to see their team win by a lot of points, like me. So that's gonna be going to that game tomorrow. And as you can see, I mean, I have. If you haven't been paying attention to the wall behind me for the last few years, I've been decorating with UCF stuff. We have the 2017 National Championship. It's like the season tickets I had, the ticket to the Peach Bowl game, the newspaper article announcing the National Championship. I got the National Championship flag right back here, and then I have the Big 12 flag when we first got invited, and then first season with the Big 12 got a flag right there. You can't really see it, but it's got the XII back there. Anyway, super excited for college football, and if you haven't noticed yet, we have college football on the PlayerProps.ai app. So as you know, if you see in the top right of the screen, it says Wednesday, August 28th. Everything that we do is day by day. So for example, when it comes to college football, if you choose Thursday, August 29th, you'll see anything that we have currently for that day for college football. Now, the closer it is to the games, of course, the more the sportsbooks offer more props. If you check it like 3 or 4 days before the games start, you're probably not going to see much of anything. But so for the weekly sports, like NFL and college football, you want to check day by day. So for NFL, for example, for the first game of the season, you go to that Thursday. If you're looking targeting Monday games, you want to make sure it's on Monday. So you're not going to see all of week 1 games for NFL or all of week 1 games for college football all on the same drop down. It's going to be day by day because especially for college football, there's like 50 bajillion games over the course of the week, and it can be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. College football's nuts. There's a trillion different schools, so it's easier when it's game by game. So you're not having on Saturday, you're not seeing Thursday and Friday games that have already played because it's, again, the day by day makes it easier. So with that being said, let's see what we have here for today. Just a quick review of yesterday. We had another wash, 1 win, 1 loss. Our Marsh hits, runs, RBI prop hit. And then our pitcher he was pitching so good. Jackie Jack was pitching so great. I think approaching the 5th inning, he had a super low pitch count of like 58. He had 4 Ks, and it's like, and he's winning. I think his team was winning like 2-1 at the time. He only gave up a home run earlier in the first or the second. So, okay. He's only at like a 58 pitch count. He needs 2 strikeouts. This is definitely going to happen. Then Mr. Jackie Jack decided to give up some home runs and some hits and things, and got pulled at 99 pitches with 5 strikeouts. So the line was 5.5, which means Jackie Jack hooked us. We're not mad at him in terms of banning him. I mean, he had 5 strikeouts. He hooked us. It is what it is. But we're going to move on here and see what we like for Wednesday. So good old Tanner Babe, as I like to call him, is popping up top as the best trifecta play. His projection is a very, very solid 1.7 higher than his strikeout line of 4.5. He's got nothing but greens here for the first 3, and the sportsbooks give him a 61.54% chance of covering this line. But the problem is he's versing Kansas City. And I'm pretty sure, let me check our ban list. Yeah. We still have over K props versus Kansas City. Kansas City and San Diego are 2 teams we do not like to go over on the strikeout props because those teams don't strike out. I think they're the top 2 lowest strikeout teams over the course of the season. We have Garrett Crotchet Rocket with a 5.5 line. This guy has been killing it with strikeouts all season long. But the sports books are saying he has a higher implied chance of going under, which means he doesn't meet the trifecta, even if his projection is 1.49 higher. Going down one more to Mr. Chris Sale. Has a higher strikeout line of 6.5. The sportsbooks are favoring him going over. His projection is 8.16. He's got a lot of green here, except for he hasn't hit this versus Minnesota yet in his last. Let's see, when was his last Minnesota start? I mean, the last time he versus Minnesota was spring training, and he got 6. So I wouldn't even say he's. I mean, they don't put pitchers out there for 100 pitches. So if he got 6 against Minnesota, and I know this is, I mean, it's 5 months ago. It's not really valuable data, but I'm not worried about the 0% because that was spring training anyway. So he is limited. So, I mean, his last start here against Washington, he only had 4, but as you can see, pretty consistent down the line. 4 strikeouts. So because he's not versing Kansas City, I like him slightly more than Tanner Bebe. Trying to see if there's any more trifectas, and it looks like we have one more all the way down here. Another 6.5 line from Mr. Paul, who has 100% hit rate against his team because the last time he versed Pittsburgh. If we can find it. Where's his start against Pittsburgh? Anyway, oh, never mind. Chicago. He is on Pittsburgh. That was me being dumb. So his last start against Chicago. Looks like he had back-to-back starts against Chicago in early May, and he hit through 7 and then 11. His last start against the Reds, he threw 9. Pretty consistent across the board. In terms of his last 5 games, only 40% because he's versus Houston, which is a low strikeout team. Arizona, a low strikeout team. Seattle, I don't think they're a low strikeout team, but then again, that's just a hook because he had 6 and he needed 6.5 to cover that line. Let me... No, I don't want hits allowed. Okay, let me... There's 2. Chris Sale, Paul Skenes. I think their lines are any different here. No. Okay, I'm going to peep hits, runs, RBIs real quick. So we have Brandon Marsh popping up top like I did yesterday, but we have Miguel Amaya. He's at this 80. Has a .5 line. He's at this 80% of his last 5 games, 70% of his last 10, 59% of the season, and every single time versing the pitcher, every single game where the pitcher he's versing today, pitched in the game. In the last 20, he's only had streaks of 2 of not hitting it. Looks like late July he had a streak of 3 and then maybe a streak of 4 in late June. But not only is he doing better recently, but if you see like it's peaking up here, like he's had 9 here, 6, 5, 10 hits plus runs plus RBIs, and then 4 in his last game. So he's catching some fire here. So my question now is, we have 2 pitchers we like, and we have a hits, runs, RBI play we like. We're very big on superstitions and trying to not screw up the secret sauce that is PlayerProps.ai. But I don't think, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't think we've ever done a show. We've done shows where we pick 3 plays, I think we've done shows where we pick 3 plays, and typically they don't work out, where we get all 3 of them. That's just chance. But I still kind of tie that to superstition a little bit. But I don't think we've had a show where we've picked 3 picks, where 2 of them were over strikeout pitcher props, and the third one was a hits, runs, RBI play. So what we're going to do today, we're going to see if that's some secret sauce or some crap sauce. And we're going to not do that ever again. So let's play with that. I try to do 2. I just wanted to, even though I had 2 strikeout plays, I just want to check hits, runs, RBIs because it's been hitting at like 1,000% rate, which is why we're now playing a lot more of them in our shows. But Miguel Amaya, that's a pretty solid projection, difference, implied, past stuff as well. So let's do it. Miguel Amaya, so he actually starts at 12:35, so I'm recording this roughly 2 hours before his game start. So if you don't lock him in, you still have 2 strikeout plays if you watch this after 12:35. So that actually helps you. So let's do that. In case you don't get it, in case you don't watch this, which you should because you should be subscribed. You should have your YouTube notifications turned on, the little bell icon on my YouTube account. So every time I drop a video, it pops up as a notification on your phone. But for those people who ignore that and don't turn the notifications on, well, you don't get to play Miguel Amaya if you don't lock it in by 12:35 p.m. Over 0.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Chris Sale over 6.5 strikeouts. And good old Rookie of the Year Paul, possible Cy Young, Rookie Cy Young as well. Cy Young, not Cy Young. You know what I mean. Rookie Cy Young, Paul over 6.5 strikeouts. Let's lock it in, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are doing the bare minimum. If you're not doing the bare minimum, you're going to lose your bets. That's how betting works. The bare minimum is subscribing to this free PlayerProps.ai YouTube, creating a free PlayerProps.ai account by downloading the free PlayerProps.ai app, and then, of course, joining the free PlayerProps.ai Discord, which you can join that by downloading the app, and then in the menu of the app, after you create your account, just tap on the Discord button. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Good luck, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.